In this video today, we take a look inside India's factories of not only cars, but also motorbikes. This factory is owned by Stellantis and is located near the town of Hosur. A number of Citroën models are manufactured here. You are currently looking at the production process of the new Citroën C3 Aircross. The molding of the car body parts, including the welding of the body, is mainly handled by the workers in this Indian factory. In Western countries, this car manufacturing process is mostly handled by robots. This production line is slightly reminiscent of welding and joining car structures in factories in Western Europe or America. However, there is a need for many more Indian workers. Perhaps this is a good thing because more Indians get jobs this way. Labor here is orders of magnitude cheaper than in Europe and the US, so this approach to the production process is worthwhile. In contrast to car factories in America, there is a mandatory dress code in the workplace. That is why you can see that the employees of the Citroën factory wear helmets, work clothes, and even safety glasses. Cleaning the finished bodywork after all the parts have been joined is very similar to any other factory around the world. It is a visual inspection and possibly touching up irregularities. While the car body is being built in one part of the factory, the engine and transmission are being assembled in another part of the factory. Part of the production takes place at the Indian factory near Tiruvallur and the gearbox production at the factory near Hosur. In the furnaces, where the temperatures are enormous, selected steel elements of the car are produced. From this subcontracting factory, where development also takes place, the components are then sent to the main factory where assembly takes place. Citroën has announced a network expansion program intending to establish 200 sales and service touchpoints by the end of the year. This expansion will see the brand roll out its services to over 140 regions across the country. Jobs in these Indian factories of Citroën, which belongs to the Stellantis group, are in great demand in India. It is not easy to get a job here. Cleanliness and precision are important in this part of the engine and gearbox work. Workers are usually college educated and have a background in automotive. We are now entering the stage of the production process where the engine and the complete cabin of the future Citroën are ready. That's where the marriage part of production comes in. This is the part where the engine, the chassis, and the body of the car come together. In the final stage of production, the car's wheels and decorative elements such as the Citroën logo are fitted, and the car is started for the first time. Quality control in special LED lit tunnels is still to be carried out. Here, a trained worker checks for any irregularities in the body paint. And now we move from the Citroën car factory to the Ashok Leyland factory where India's popular trucks are made. This is Ashok Leyland's Indian factory. The production process starts with the design of all the components in the computer and then the molding of the main parts of the future truck. In this factory, small trucks, large heavy-duty trucks, military trucks, buses, and regular cars are manufactured. Ashok Leyland is an Indian multinational automotive manufacturer with its headquarters in Chennai, India. In this video, you will see the complete manufacturing process of several different trucks that you commonly see on Indian roads or drive yourself. Let me know in the comments section if you have ever driven these trucks. This part of the factory produces engines for trucks. As you can see, there are hundreds of them ready here. At the same time as the engines are being assembled in one part of the factory, the chassis is being built in another part of the factory. The ladder chassis assembly starts with 4 operators attaching the cross members to the 2 longitudinal members. Each workstation is timed in order to achieve a goal of minimum production time. Chassis is from steel alloys and brackets made of aluminum. The pre-assembled axles are added to the chassis. The finished engine is then lifted and attached to the driveline and chassis to complete the vehicle frame. Here, the frame, the basis of the future truck, is assembled, the necessary brackets are installed, on which all subsequent components and parts of the vehicle will be attached. The main chassis frame and engine are then assembled at the same time. There are many checks involved in the construction of the chassis, and workers often focus on improving processes and procedures in the factory. The vehicle body is finished and inspected before entering the wetting process with the chassis. The vehicle engine assembly, including the transmission, are the most expensive parts of any truck. No defects are allowed to occur here, and the highest possible level of cleanliness is maintained in this part of the factory. Factory workers wear yellow helmets as a mandatory dress code. It's for their own protection. As you can see, the engines are also tested in production before they are connected to the truck chassis. However, the checks are only random, and not every engine is checked this thoroughly. This is the parts warehouse inside the Ashok Leyland factory. You will find millions of parts here, carefully sorted. Now it undergoes functional verification of electric and electronic components and a check that the proper torque is set to the wheel nuts. Quality control is long and properly done. The workers move along the production line with the chassis while they add all the remaining components carefully. Every day, more than 570 engines are produced under 3 different power and size classes, making it one of the most versatile engine manufacturing units in the country. Hosur 1 factory has an innovative pick-to-light system that automates and streamlines the process of identifying the correct path required to feed the assembly line. This matrix-based model has state-of-the-art software and hardware integration, saving time in inventory management. Camshaft Miller is where camshaft is manufactured. This powerful engine is equipped with a special gearbox, which allows for more power and fuel savings due to its lighter weight. With a market share of 32%, it is the 3rd largest manufacturer of buses in the world and the 10th largest manufacturer of trucks. With the corporate office located in Chennai, its manufacturing facilities are in Ennore, Bandara, 2 in Hosur, Alwar, and Pantnagar. I am sorry for my mispronunciation of some of the names. Once the main parts are finished, the engine and chassis are joined together. This part of the manufacturing process is called marriage. It is a very important moment when everything has to fit together beautifully. Ashok Leyland also has overseas manufacturing units with a bus manufacturing facility in Ras Al Khaimah, one at Leeds, United Kingdom, and a joint venture with the All Teams Group for the manufacture of high-press die-casting extruded aluminium components for the automotive and telecommunications sectors. A large part of this Indian factory complex is also teaching, developing, and working behind the computer. Of course, a large part of these workers are also women. This company treats women really well and encourages the female section of Indian society not to hesitate to come and work in this particular factory. These shots again come from packaging stations, where a range of high-quality packaging materials are used for subcomponents which are then used in the manufacturing process. Now the engine is connected to the chassis and the electrical cables are connected, preparing for the truck cab and other important preparations before further assembly. The plant has diversified its capabilities by setting up a dedicated engine recon center, where it can take an old engine and transform it into a fully functional and roadworthy component. This reconditioning service has rapidly grown into a popular vertical that echoes Ashok Leyland's customer-centric approach to manufacturing approach. To keep pace with the rapid growth in the commercial vehicle sector, an engine development center is located within its premises. This facilitates an easy and immediate interface between the development and the manufacturing teams, resulting in quick responses to the evolving market requirements in engine technology. In special paint chambers, all individual parts of the truck are covered with several layers of paint. This is done almost entirely with the help of 16 expensive robot sprayers. Even the supply of various paints is automatic. The required amount of paint is transported to the robots through the original pipeline system. With high levels of automation in the plant, Hosur One Factory has invested in the electronic service lab with exceptionally trained personnel. This in-house servicing capability ensures the trouble-free functioning of the automated production lines and dramatically reduces production times. Hosur One India plant has a dedicated skill development center focused on engine manufacturing. It is one of the very few centers in the country where young graduates are trained in precision skill sets and dexterity, an essential requirement for the intricate workmanship required in engine manufacturing. It is the plant that has an in-house warehousing facility where spares for all the plants are aggregated at one central point. The warehouse also serves as a distribution point for the online sales of Ashok Leyland's spare parts business. The engines manufactured in Hosur One Factory power more than 1 million Ashok Leyland vehicles. Through its highly skilled human resources, robust manufacturing process, and comprehensive in-house facilities, Hosur One has the framework to stay nimble in a fast-evolving market for world-class engines. As you may have just seen, when the trucks are built and started up in the factory, there is a whole series of tests. The performance of the truck is tested, the capabilities of the engine, and of course, the electronics and controls such as the turn signals. If everything is in order, the truck is taken out on an outdoor testing circuit. During this test drive, an experienced member of staff checks all the driving characteristics. Only then is the entire car showered and can be transported to its future owner. The cars often wait for many weeks in the huge car park immediately outside the Ashok Leyland factory before being transported. This is Hyundai Motor India Limited factory located near the Indian city of Chennai. Around 9,000 employees work here and around 750,000 vehicles and a similar number of engines are produced annually. The entire production process starts in the press shop where the main parts of the car body are produced. Right now, you are watching the production process of the Hyundai Creta, Hyundai i20, and Hyundai Verna. This is a computer-controlled line that converts sheet metal to body panels with high dimensional accuracy and consistency. Now comes the welding of the car parts. This production process is automated, and the entire main body of the car is created by robots without the assistance of human workers. It is a high-tech line that builds full body shells from panels. Automated robotic arms are used for intricate welding operations that ensure superior and consistent build quality. It is here where the beautiful shape of the car comes together. First, the floor, sides, and ceiling are assembled, and as many as 4,000 places are welded. Welding is performed with high precision because it greatly affects the car's stability. With higher welding speeds, Hyundai can weld in more places, further strengthening the car body and improving the car's dynamic performance and stability. These large robots usually weld the main body frame and large parts. In newer factories, they do most of the welding. However, a lot of manual labor is still used in this Indian Hyundai factory. Now comes the welding of the car parts. This production process is automated and the entire main body of the car is created by robots without the assistance of human workers. Robots are not only cheaper to run, but above all, they perform their work with greater precision. The doors, hood, and trunk door, among additional parts, are attached to the assembled body. Right now, you're looking at the so-called body in white, specifically the Hyundai Accent, which in some countries is called the Hyundai Verna. It is one of the most sold cars, not only in India. Body in white is the stage in automobile manufacturing in which a car body's frame has been joined together, that is, before painting and before the motor, chassis sub-assemblies or trim have been integrated into the structure. The individual press parts are joined together in geometrical fixtures using various techniques: spot welding, adhesive bonding, laser welding, and mechanical joining processes. You can see the result of these techniques on the screen right now. Only spot welding was used to create this body. These bodies are waiting in the warehouse for the next stage of the production process, which is the paint bath. Now, the body painting begins. It is one of the most modern paint shops in India and uses the environment-friendly water-based process for superior and lasting exteriors. A unique process management system followed here helps deliver the most extensive color range, independent of minimum batch requirements, helping customers get their preferred color anytime. The conventional method to apply paint is through aerodynamic force, which turns the paint into fine particles to be sprayed onto the car body. But this causes some paint particles to ricochet off the car, resulting in a coating efficiency of approximately 65%. At the same time as the body painting, the engine is also being fitted to the Hyundai Accent, or if you prefer, the Hyundai Verna, which is just another name for it. Last year, the Hyundai Verna was named Indian Car of the Year. These engines are available in two options. There is one diesel and two petrol engines. The Hyundai Verna only gets a 1.5L naturally aspirated petrol engine, which is available with a 6-speed MT, CVT, and a transmission. The Verna naturally aspirated petrol engine makes 144 nanometers of torque at 4,500 RPM. The production process of the engine, including the gearbox, is combined in this part of the factory. Transportation is handled by sliding conveyors and robotic arms, but the components are mostly inserted into the engine by human workers. The production of power units from start to finish is actually a huge jigsaw puzzle. Small parts from various sub-suppliers of the factory are transported to the main assembly line. Factory employees then assemble these parts according to a pre-learned procedure. It is important to be meticulous and minimize any errors. Each worker on the moving belt is responsible for one and only one specific assembly activity. The finished engines are stored in a warehouse, and at some point they will be moved to the main assembly line where they will be attached to the chassis and then connected to the car body. And now let's take a look together at the main assembly line of the new Hyundai car. Up to 3,000 parts are assembled into these cars. This is followed by lifting the car body using a crane and then lowering it onto the prepared chassis. This part of the car manufacturing process is called the marriage. Interior components such as electrical wiring and the sealing liner, followed by the engine, brakes, and other undercarriage components are installed. Then bumpers, tires, seats, windshield, and rear glass are installed. A cart equipped with screws and tools moves along the assembly line with vehicles to assist line workers within each section. This eliminates the need to go back and forth to the nearby shelves to replenish screws and parts, reducing non-value added movement. The Hyundai Creta is a subcompact crossover SUV produced by Hyundai since 2014, mainly for emerging markets. It is positioned above the Venue and below the Tucson in Hyundai's SUV lineup. Now the lights will be calibrated, the car will be steered, and the car's performance will be measured. ADAS stands for Advanced Driver Assistance Systems. These are auto safety features made up of a series of systems and sensors that help enhance driver safety. The cars are now thoroughly showered and cleaned in an automated car wash. Once the assembly of the new Hyundai cars is complete, it's time for quality control and then testing. During quality control, factory workers walk around the cars in LED tunnels and check the paint quality under a strong light. Next, they then check all the doors, windows, seats, and then inspect the interior cabin of the car by eye. When the car is tested, it is started for the first time, and all lights, electronics, brakes, and cornering are tested. There is also a drive on a special outdoor test track where the suspension and braking ability is tested. Now you're looking at a finished new Hyundai car being loaded onto a train and shipped to dealerships in India. But much of the production capacity of this Indian factory is for export to Southeast Asian countries. Hyundai offers more than 5,000 service and retail locations all over the country. This is one of the main reasons why this car maker is so popular in India.
Bajaj Auto Limited is a leading manufacturer of motorcycles and three-wheelers in India, with a strong presence in the global market. The company is headquartered in Pune, Maharashtra, and has several manufacturing facilities across the country. Bajaj Auto has been operating in India for over 75 years, and has built a reputation for producing reliable, high-quality vehicles that are affordable and fuel-efficient. One of the key factors behind Bajaj Auto's success is its commitment to innovation and technology. The company has invested heavily in research and development to create cutting-edge products that meet the needs of its customers. This Indian company has a diverse portfolio of motorcycles and three-wheelers that cater to different segments of the market. The company's popular brands include the Pulsar, Avenger, Dominar, and Platina, among others. This company has several manufacturing facilities across India, including plants in Akurdi, Chakan, Aurangabad, and Pantnagar. These facilities are equipped with state-of-the-art technology and equipment, and employ thousands of people from different parts of the country. The company's factories are spread over millions of square feet of land, and are designed to optimize efficiency and productivity. The manufacturing process at Bajaj Auto's factories is highly streamlined and organized. The production line starts with the assembly of the frame and engine of the motorcycle or three-wheeler. These parts are then fitted with various components, such as the fuel tank, exhaust system, wheels, brakes, and suspension. The vehicles are then tested and inspected for quality and safety, before they are shipped out to dealerships across the country. Bajaj Auto's factories employ a large number of people, including engineers, technicians, assemblers, and support staff. The company is committed to providing a safe and healthy working environment for its employees, and has implemented several measures to ensure their well-being. These include regular health checkups, safety training, and the provision of personal protective equipment. Bajaj Auto's factories are also designed to be environmentally friendly, with a focus on sustainability and resource conservation. The company has implemented several measures to reduce its carbon footprint, such as the use of renewable energy sources, waste reduction, and water conservation. In addition to its manufacturing operations, Bajaj Auto is also actively involved in social and community development programs. The company has established several initiatives to promote education, healthcare, and environmental conservation in the areas surrounding its factories. These initiatives include the Bajaj Foundation, which supports sustainable development projects in rural India, and the Bajaj Institute of Technology, which provides technical education and training to young people from disadvantaged communities. So, Bajaj Auto Limited is a leading manufacturer of motorcycles and three-wheelers in India, with a strong focus on innovation, technology, and sustainability. The company's factories employ thousands of people from different parts of the country, and are designed to optimize efficiency and productivity. Bajaj Auto's manufacturing process is highly streamlined and organized, with a strong emphasis on quality and safety. The The company is committed to providing a safe and healthy working environment for its employees, and is actively involved in social and community development programs. This factory is located in Chaikin, about 30 kilometers outside Pune City. It was opened in 1999 and produces all models of the Pulsar lineup, except the 135 LS, the Avenger Cruiser, and 6 models of the KTM, including the Duke 125, which is produced only for export purposes. During the course of the visit, we also learned that in the next 3 years, all the KTM models on sale globally would be produced at the plant. The plant is spread out over a large area and has 6 production lines, engine assembly line, paint shop, testing facility that includes a race track, on which we saw some secret prototypes doing high-speed runs. It has the capacity to produce 4,000 units a day, but works on a demand basis, and so on the day of our visit was expected to produce 3,000 units. It employs close to 5,000 people across all facilities located on site and runs 2 shifts a day for all the Bajaj lines, and 1 shift for the KTM production line.